A host of familiar names took to the stage on the 10th anniversary of GibTalks, sharing stories that were at times emotional, fascinating, difficult and funny.
Ideal milk tastes so much better, so much better.
Falling on the very day 5 years ago that the UK and Gibraltar left the European Union, Brexit was unsurprisingly one of the topics. The Mayor of La Linea spoke about the neighbourly relations between communities on both sides of the frontier and how these complemented and were dependent on each other. Treaty negotiations also form part of Juan Franco's talk, but he spoke of how away from these, strong friendships, sporting and cultural links exist. He highlighted new economic ties, saying his city was experiencing important investment from Gibraltar players. He said this was creating conditions to encourage Gibraltarians to invest in La Linea, which ultimately the ROC would benefit from.
Estamos en contacto con Solomon constantemente para desarrollos que se están llevando a cabo urbanísticos en la zona de Santa Margarita. Actualmente la empresa One Eden, que es de Greg Butcher, que es el propietario del World Trade Center de aquí de Gibraltar, está llevando a cabo también inversiones importantes en nuestra ciudad. De hecho, ahora mismo se están desarrollando en torno a 250 viviendas en la zona de Alcaidesa Cortijo, que estoy seguro que parte del público pues será gibraltareño, y también, muy importante, el desarrollo del puerto deportivo es de la empresa Alcaidesa Servicios S.A., pero el propietario es John Mackintosh.
Brexit also formed part of the Chief Minister's presentation on GibTalks. Based on Dante's Inferno, Fabian Picardo addressed the political and personal rollercoaster of the past decade and his drive to get Gibraltar through treaty talks, COVID and the McGrail inquiry.
You can imagine that it was not difficult for me to want to compare Brexit and COVID. Both have been just as bad.
Meanwhile, GBC's CEO James Nish spoke about his decision to break away from the job-for-life mentality, reflecting on his broadcasting experiences in London, saying that when the time comes to move on from GBC, he would once again be leaving a job he loves. The afternoon session contained more fascinating stories, with organiser Julian Felice no doubt already planning ahead for next year's GibTalks.